which is great. So I want to talk on the goalies here, guys. Jake Allen, Sam Montembeault, and the Habs, of course, who is 2-0, by the way. I've been having some fun on my channel with the Habs stuff, but Jake Allen, guys. I think we got to touch on Jake first because I can't help but think he's a solid trade chip if and when he becomes healthy soon here.
100%. Right now we have, I guess, a surplus of goalies, but we're also kind of screwed in one way because it's such a shamble that if one goes down, you don't know what to do with the rest. So good and bad situation. As for Jake Allen, like you said, a very good chip piece to be traded. I could see him moving to a contending team. I don't know, maybe shot in the dark. Edmonton could use him. He could still fetch you maybe a second and third rounds. Like he could still give you a good pick. He won't get you a first rounder, obviously. But again, it's all going to depend on what Carey Price does. If Carey Price stays next year, if he retires, depending on what he does, is going to adjust the rest of the goaltenders. Montembeault has proven everything this season. He's made me eat my words a few times too. So I'd be more than happy and satisfied to have him as my backup goaltender. As for Andrew Hammond, the Habs, he unfortunately don't think will stay with the organization in the long run. But right now it's basically a showcase for him where we're proving to other NHL teams, and he is too, that he can still play. So wouldn't be surprised to see him picked up in the off season, but I don't see a future in the long run for him.
No doubt. I mean, Andrew Hammond really revived his career here in only the span of 2 games. Pretty crazy to say, but it's the truth. I mean, he has shown that he has a spot in the NHL. Like, he can play with the big boys, and he has no problem doing that, and he will win. So I'm looking, there's a bunch of teams that could use a backup goaltender like him, could come cheap as well. So no doubt he finds a gig next season. As for Allen, I mean, I guess the trade would help, the conundrum that we're in. But at the same time, we can't let him go for below his value, right? We still have to get a good offer in order to trade him. If we don't, then there's no point to trade him. Samuel Montembeault, I think his contract is up. I didn't check, but if you can rework something, maybe put him at a 2-way so he doesn't have to go through waivers, can go to Laval or something like that. There's so much to look at. And like you said, I think it all starts with Price, right? If Price doesn't come back, then you have to keep Allen, and then you have to keep Montembeault, and then what do you do with Hammond? So it's a tough situation, man.
I was just pulling up Cap Friendly, so forgive me for the silence there for a second. But I'm just going to see. I'm curious myself, and it looks like Sam Montembeault after this season, he would be an RFA though, which is interesting. So he is a restricted free agent with the Canadiens, but you can't discount what Sam Montembeault has been able to do in the short term. Yeah. He got a rough start. He got thrown to the wolves. Roster was just completely in disarray. The structure was in disarray at the beginning of this season. And then now Sam, I mean, like, now we're happy for him, right? I mean, everybody was struggling. Jeff Petry's his old self again. Just players that were struggling the most are all of a sudden having this calm and peace about them that allows them to play their game. So
it's probably the best thing that could have happened to his career too. Like on any other team, or even on this team, if let's say Allen and Price would have came back, this kid would have seen maybe a handful of games this season and maybe not ended up anywhere. So the fact that he was able to push through and be put in the worst situations, you saw his progress. So is he at the top of his line for progress, or does he have more to give? Only time will tell. But this experience that he's getting this season is the best thing that could have happened for Samuel, and gets a shutout out of it last game. So not last game, the game before, sorry. So very deserving of that. You saw how happy this kid was. He's the first Quebec-born player to do it since José Théodore or Marc Denis or something like that. Like, it was absolutely insane, that. But very happy for this kid, and hopefully he's got a bright future ahead with this organization.
Yeah, you know what? And also, even Andrew Hammond, after making his return to Ottawa the other night, the smiles, the burgers thrown on the ice, like, just like, talk about turning, like, this is like your third and fourth string goalies, like, just finally enjoying themselves, and just it's percolating throughout the team. Like, the positive effects are just trickling from the Marty St. Louis effect.